Well, you don't know Shin-chan?
Yeah,
Man,
I guess
how
I'm
do
a
you
failed.
not know Shin-chan?
I'm a failed otaku, I guess.
Shin-chan's been out since 1990. It's got more anime episodes than One Piece. It's it's been continually animated since 30 years now. So how do you not know Shin-chan?
I don't know.
How do you not know Shin-chan?
Maybe it just wasn't up my alley.
I didn't know Shin-chan.
You didn't either? Oh, do you hear this, people? You see the abuse I gotta put up with this
we
co-host?
We both have to turn in our otaku cards because we don't know Shin-chan. I knew a little bit of Shin-chan.
3, 2, 1. This is Ogre. It's all over now.
Gamers and geeks, welcome to episode 6 of OGGR.
Old Guys Geekly Review.
Oh man, I'm here with my good buddy Nick, who's just reached power level 7,000. Just want everybody to know.
I was hoping I'd be over 9,000 by now, but it takes a while.
Go deep inside. Deep inside.
That's what she said.
It's going to be one of those episodes, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
You know what you signed on for. If you're not wise to us yet, then shame on you. And I'm sitting next to JD. He's got a flannel on and it's unbuttoned and it's in
a Magnum PI kind of 70s way. Yeah.
Not a lot of chest hair. Very Austin Powers vibes to him. It's a good look.
I was looking at some of those Austin Powers, just the scenes, the silhouette scenes and stuff.
Oh God!
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
so funny.
I was thinking about giving those another watch here in a little bit.
Always good. Always good to rewatch those. What have you been up to this week?
Oh God, what have I been up to? I watched the entirety. My PlayStation 5 kept warning me that if I don't take up this free subscription to Apple TV Plus, they give you like 6 months for free for buying a PS5. So I took the plunge on that. I already got a month for free for something else. But yeah, so I watched Ted Lasso. Really good show, surprisingly. Yeah. But I'll talk a little bit more about it when we get to TV. But other than that, not a whole lot of anything else. We had a kid with a birthday. So yeah, we spoiled him, and I was making pizzas.
If you can send any help Nick's way, he now has 3 teenagers in the house.
It's terrifying.
So yeah, it's we send him our best every day just to make sure he's sane.
Yeah, I'm still trying to eke in the content for you guys where I can. I do need to finish the Titanfall gameplay that I put up on YouTube.
Which in the conversation that came up, Titanfall the campaign was one of the best storyline campaigns that a lot of people said they'd gone through.
Yeah.
So you're in for a treat there. Apparently, I haven't played it yet, but apparently, from some of the other people out there, Titanfall 2 had a great campaign.
Yeah, I think Giant Bomb, their podcast is where I heard about how good that campaign was, and now, 4 or 5 years later, I'm actually getting around to it. So far, I'm liking what I've seen. I'm like maybe an hour into it. I know it's a short campaign, but
the backlog is real.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah. What have you been up to?
Well, I went to the DMV this week to get my real ID so I can, get on the planes and travel places here and there. And
I'm very sorry you had to go to the DMV.
It was actually not a bad experience.
Really?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's like this other places, but they make you sign up for appointments now.
Yeah.
And so it's completely smooth. There's no line. I mean, I was in and out of there in like 15 minutes. My appointment was 2:30, and I was out of there like 2:37. So, excellent experience at the DMV. You heard it here first. Come to Montana so you can have an upscale DMV experience.
Oh, you'll be dealing with all the people that are yelling "Go back to California" while they're rolling coal. Is that what they call it? With the black smoke coming out of their big trucks.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
Yeah. So yeah, if you like smooth DMVs and putting up with people that tell you to go back to a state you're not even from, come up to Montana. Visit Montana.
Good stuff. Well, let's get into it. We had a couple of conventions this week. Gen Con 2022 hit. Mm-hmm. So a lot of board game news and stuff. Stuff we don't normally cover, but we're going to cover some of the highlights for that. And I know there was a Evo convention.
Yeah. Evo, the fighting it's a fighting game tournament. And they got a couple announcements that they laid on us, so that'll be good to cover too. There's a couple of them. I'm just excited about all of it.
Do you want to do Evo in video games, or you want to cover it now?
Let's do it in video games.
Okay.
And then we can. Do you want to cover Gen Con and other?
Let's cover that now. Let's start off with it's the big one. So
all right.
let's start that one off. You know how I love my miniature games,
I do.
like Hero Quest.
You like your games like you like your friends, miniature.
Miniature. And well defined.
Yeah.
Well defined. So there's a Warcrow Adventures, which is another dungeon crawl, and every time I see a dungeon crawl, I get so excited about it, but then I realize I've got like 10 that are sitting around that I've never got anybody to play. So I who knows? Maybe we'll play it. Maybe
Once
not.
the kids go back to school, that's when we'll bust them out.
Yeah, there we go. That's a good plan. Squid Game is getting its own board game.
Oh man.
I can only imagine that you tear the pieces up as you're playing.
That would, yeah. Like a Charlie McDennis style from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Just destroy everything as you go. Kind of Squid Game. No survivors.
Yeah.
No replay value on that one.
I mean, I've already seen some weird stuff about Squid Game on the internet,
Yeah. So it's getting its own board game.
it could be fun.
I know the one that you're really excited about is the Great British Baking Show is getting a board game.
Oh, get out of here. Is it really?
Yeah.
That's such a good show.
It is. I love
wholesome.
it. It is. And I can only imagine the board game is not. It probably gets people really angsty with each other. Because it's probably, at the board game level, there's probably not that nice, competitiveness that they got going on where they're all polite to each other.
Yeah, it's going to be like Chopped.
And one that I'm just like super excited about is called Dungeons, Dice, and Danger, designed by Richard Garfield.
I think I've heard of this.
And to me, it looks like if you combine D&D and Mad Libs and put it in like a little kind of dungeon book. I mean, because it's not like fill in the word, but it's like fill in the dungeon kind of books dice scenario, and it looks really cute. I think that would be one that I'd like to try to pick up and play. It looks different.
Yeah.
So Dungeons, Dice, and Danger.
Dungeons, Dice, and Danger. The 3Ds.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with the 5Ds of Dodgeball.
The 5Ds of Dodgeball?
Yes. Oh God. Duck, dip, dive, dodge, and duck.
Whoa.
I think.
Duck twice?
Yeah. It's a movie. It's a movie quote. But I might have messed it up. I apologize if I did.
Well, it's all good. I think we're all good there. Just some news from Hasbro. So Hasbro is relaunching Heroscape.
Yes, I heard about that.
Yeah, relaunching Heroscape, and
I don't think I ever played Heroscape.
I never had the money back when it was, because it was a little expensive. It had all the hexagon pieces and parts and landscapes and stuff.
I've heard is really. I heard that's the game that you need to get into. Like, I heard that's like the Mac Daddy of all.
The people who enjoyed it back then, it's big cult following. They still play it, and a lot of the old sets are really expensive because they stopped making them back in 2010. So they made them for like 15 years and then stopped. But apparently a lot of people are still playing.
Oh, God. So this is going to be another thing I got to check out and maybe hop into?
I don't know. We'll see. Heroscape, we'll check out the relaunch and see what it looks like. Maybe we'll pick up a set or two for that. And that's the biggest news from Gen Con. There was multiple board games announced, but those were just some of the highlights.
Yeah. So will you go into the movies?
Yeah.
All right, let's do the movie.
Movies.
All right, what have you been watching? I haven't watched any new movies, so all I have is news on future releases.
Okay. Well, I watched Lightyear.
Yeah.
So that hit the Disney Plus, and it's not Pixar's best outing.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but it's not their best.
Was it? Do you know Buzz Lightyear's origin story?
The other one?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I was wondering how it compared because I still haven't watched. It's been forever since I watched the Buzz Lightyear thing with the kiddos. So.
No. Yeah. It was okay.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay. Kind of felt like it had all the parts that Pixar has in a movie.
Yeah.
It's definitely got the the part where you're supposed to, get really emotional and have, have the teary gushing breakdown cry. And it's got all those parts, but it just felt like it missed the mark just by a little bit, like you weren't connected to it.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure why. Not sure why.
Huh. There's probably cookie cutter stuff that they're trying to put in all their movies.
I don't know. I don't know if it just was because it was different than Toy Story, or it might have been the plot itself.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of two stories. But anyway, people may enjoy it. I thought it was just okay.
Okay.
But the winner for this week has been Prey.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I started it last night.
Oh, you didn't finish it?
I fell asleep. I started
my
it way too
gosh.
late. I was playing Fortnite with the kids.
It's Hulu's #1 movie now.
Yeah.
It's beat all the other premieres of anything else that Hulu's ever done.
Yeah, I've seen nothing but good stuff about it. So, yeah.
People are already asking for sequel and so forth. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have to check it out.
Yeah, and then there's the thing that I find ironic is that there's a lot of people online who are complaining about the fact that it should have had a theatrical release.
Okay, yeah.
And I can't help but imagine that these are the same people that were complaining about the simultaneous release that theaters, when theaters and streaming services were doing movies at the same time.
Right.
And now they're asking, because we finally have a movie that was only streaming that could have been in the theaters, they're like, hey, wait a second, we're missing out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we should just, I don't know, we should have everything at the same time on whatever platform you want to watch it on. That's
exactly. Everything should be way easier to access.
Yeah.
And access. There we go. Yeah. I got to work on my pronunciation because it's, just going to the movies is a freaking hassle anymore. And oh man.
Well, it was definitely worthy of a theatrical experience.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
Yeah.
But all the streaming services that are out, it's a nightmare out there.
Oh,
kind of makes sailing the digital seas a very viable option.
The only reason I never get upset about it is because we have content. We have so much content.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'd rather have more than not enough.
Yeah.
So.
See, I can't do it like you do. I can't cancel one subscription and then go to a different service. I'm not coordinated enough to do it. Or my family would get mad.
No, you're just loyal. You're in there for life.
Yeah.
When I sign up for something, I'm there.
Yeah, I got to give Disney my money. I'm probably always going to give Disney my money, and the wife, she's always going to give Crunchyroll and Funimation our money. And
well, you don't need to do Funimation anymore.
Is it all going?
Yeah,
because I know that they just bought
Crunchyroll bought Right Stuff.
Yes,
that's for their merchandising side.
Yeah, but they're not taking all their 18+ statues over there, so they got to go somewhere else.
I had that in the anime talking about that. So for those of you, we're skipping ahead a little bit, but Crunchyroll bought Right Stuff and are consolidating, and in part of that consolidation, they're getting rid of their erotica section for the manga and so forth.
And I'm not saying I'm upset about it, but I have a friend who's very mad about it, and it's not JD.
Makes me so mad.
I'm a little upset about it.
Yeah, I am too. I mean, it's not like you can't get it anymore, but it just won't be on a platform. See, now you're going to have to get selective.
Yeah.
Because, I used to buy like a couple of those with a couple other mainstream things.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm going to have to go to a very specialized purchasing thing, which, honestly kind of lends, everybody's going to go back to Amazon.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be easier to get it on Amazon than to go to several different places.
Yep.
So whatever. But yeah, it's got a little sad news mixed in there with some good news because it will streamline some things.
Yeah. So yeah, if you like a good PG-13 type of store, Crunchyroll is the one for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Funimation is just a backlog now. So you only need Crunchyroll.
Yeah, I wouldn't sleep on Funimation though. There's a lot of good there's a lot of animes that are older that are better than a lot of the new ones coming out.
Well, every Tuesday they bring over like 10 seasons from Funimation into the Crunchyroll catalog that they don't have.
Yeah.
So every Tuesday they're bringing in part of the catalog.
But Crunchyroll's still majorly subtitled, right?
No, not anymore.
Really?
All of the dubs are Crunchyroll. There's not going to be any more Funimation new stuff at all.
Dang. Interesting.
Yeah. So
Wow.
Funimation is literally just backlog now.
I can save an extra $6 a month.
Yeah, exactly.
That's an extra Taco Bell run every
It
month.
is.
All right. Should we get back to movies? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to derail us.
That was all the movies that I saw. I got a little movie news, but go ahead and hit your news.
Okay, so we've got Joaquin Phoenix, the sequel to Joker, is slated to release October 4th in 2024.
And Lady Gaga is going to be part of that?
Yep,
Okay.
she's going to be. We got Seth Rogen's Ninja Turtles animated movie is set for August 4th, 2023.
Okay.
And I'm super excited for that. And then interesting for me is the SCOOB sequel that they were doing that got axed.
Yeah.
Even after it got the axe, they're still taking it to the recording studio to record the score for the movie because they had already paid for the musicians and the stage time.
But yet they can't show it if they're doing a tax write-off.
Exactly. So, oh man, so basically there's going to be like a almost finished movie, probably 97% finished.
Two of them,
yeah,
at least, with Batgirl in the mix.
Yeah, so it's upsetting because I really liked the first SCOOB movie.
Yeah, the thing about the Warner Brothers nixing these movies is it screams money is more important than the fans.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
Yeah.
Don't like that at all.
Yeah, I don't think I like it too much either. But that's WB for you, I guess. That's their new
Yeah, for people who
business
don't know, Discovery
Mhm.
bought their section and now it's new management, and so there's a lot of changing. Well, in the rumors section, I've got a follow-up to that, which is the fact that Warner Brothers is going to supposedly cut a very significant portion of the workforce.
Oh man.
We'll see. That's a
Yeah.
rumor. So
Didn't
we'll see in the
Discovery
rumor section.
Plus team up with like HBO Plus or something? I think they teamed up with another streaming service.
I
finally.
do believe HBO and Warner Brothers content are in cahoots
Okay.
in some way.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. All right. That is all the news that I got from movies. What do you got? Hit me with your best shot.
Giancarlo Esposito,
Oh,
you
yep.
know how we love him.
Yeah.
He is campaigning to play Professor X.
Yes. Yeah. I had that in the rumor section, I think. Yep.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's... I think the truth is he's campaigning for it. The rumor would be whether or not he's going to get a role
Right.
or come up with a role. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Hopefully he does. The dude can act his butt off. Like I've seen him in a number of ranges, but like just the way he played what is his name? Gus in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I have no problem with him being Professor X, and I've loved the other two actors. I mean, Patrick Stewart is amazing, and
Oh God.
yeah, I'm again, we're both blanks. Oh my gosh.
John, is it John? No, it's God dang it.
I
Hold
know
on.
he was in the Glass movie. Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson,
he was the Beast.
He was the Beast, and he's so good. But why can't I think of his name? He's so good. Oh my gosh.
Let's see if we can find the actors that played him. James McAvoy, is that
Yeah,
him?
there
Okay,
we go.
I got it right.
There we go.
It always happens. Does that happen to you when you go and search for something and like while the web page is loading, you figure out the answer?
No.
Oh God, that happens to me all the damn time.
What did we do before the internet? We just wallowed in our own ignorance.
Yeah, we'd storm around the house, forgetting the layout of it.
Because James McAvoy was not in the card catalog. Just saying.
Yeah.
He was not in the card catalog. So that's all I got for movies.
All right, let's hop into television.
Television.
So what have you watched this?
Okay, so like I said, I watched pretty much all of Ted Lasso. The first two seasons. Well, that is all of Ted Lasso. And I watched it because I got the free subscription to Apple TV. We saw him as Hercules, or we saw one of the actors from the show as Hercules in Thor: Love and Thunder, and I don't remember his name. Is like Roy Kent is his name in the actual show.
Okay.
Funny as hell. Extremely positive, and it deals with mental issues, mental health problems.
We can all use a little bit more stability there.
Yeah, so if you need just a positive show We definitely need more Ted Lassos out there.
Yeah.
Because it just like at first it's annoying, but then it just eats on you. Like, how can somebody be so incredibly positive and then it just spreads like an
Okay.
infection, and it's great.
We need a lot of positive these days.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm gonna watch it soon too. I'm just trying to find the time for it.
Yeah.
It's the only thing.
Watched a little bit of Sandman.
Okay.
It's very beautifully done.
Man,
Yeah.
Sandman for me has been amazing. Now
Yeah,
I've read the comics, I've listened to the audiobooks,
Mm-hmm.
and for me, Sandman has been just an amazing show. What I don't know, and you can help me out with this, is I don't know how much of it you've read or listened to.
None. I have no experience with the Sandman except for the song from the 50s.
Okay. Which is not the same thing, but what I kept wondering is, can it hit as impactful to somebody who hasn't read the stuff? And it's hard to say because you haven't read it or whatever. So
Yeah. I don't feel like it's something that I need to complete or finish or anything like that.
so how many episodes are you up to?
3?
3.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna tell you that I'm probably gonna have to rewatch them all because I watched them late at night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I don't know. It's just got such a great tone.
Mhm.
In episode 4, there is a scene that I was like, in any other TV show, they probably wouldn't have let this drag on as long. But the fact that they allowed this scene to just kind of work its way into your being in this kind of slow manner, just it was great.
Okay.
It was great for me, and I just don't know how it. I think everybody's liking it,
Mm-hmm.
but I do feel like if you've read the comics and stuff, you're going to get a lot more out of it.
Are you?
Yeah, and there's little things that like just a little, maybe an artifact or something where they cut several issues of the comic out of,
Mm-hmm.
and so there's a lot of backstory, and it serves the purpose. How do you feel about Constantine?
The Keanu Reeves movie?
No, the Constantine in the show.
Oh God,
Episode 3
I
dealt
yeah.
with her a lot, which she may be getting a spinoff, is what the rumor is.
Is it? It's not the same Constantine or Constantine.
In the comics, it was John Constantine
Okay.
and his girlfriend.
Okay.
And so they've basically combined both characters into Joanna Constantine, I think.
So is that
No,
new
she's
for the
actually
show?
really good. Yeah, it's new for the show because in the comics it was
John.
the DC John Constantine.
Okay.
Because it is a DC show.
Yeah.
And Sandman is part of the DC universe, and he does have several of the characters from the DC universe in the comics.
Okay.
So
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't remember that, so that might be where I fell
Okay.
asleep. One of the parts where I fell asleep. I have to take medication to fall asleep at night, so sometimes I get a little forgetful.
well, I have absolutely loved Sandman. As far as TV, that is my top of the list right now.
Okay,
So,
yeah, I'll give it a watch now that Ted Lasso's over, and I'll actually take notes, good notes, and I'll be there. I'll be there for it.
All right. So, and I haven't finished the entire season either, so we'll both talk a little bit more about it next episode.
Yeah, yeah.
But coming up, unless you have something else to
Nope,
on.
just news on future releases.
Yeah, so future releases, we've got 3rd season of Lock and Key today, Resident Alien today, season 2, I Am Groot today, and then next week is the premiere of She-Hulk.
Oh
So,
snap!
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. I was playing as her skin last night on Fortnite.
I think She-Hulk is going to really surprise some people.
Oh,
I think
hope
it's
so.
going to be fun. I think it's going to be like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool. It's gonna be
Yeah.
cool.
Let's see. What do I got? I got Aliens. The FX series will be a lot like the first 2 movies. We're told to be prepared and to be caught off guard.
Okay.
But also it won't focus on Weyland Yutani, the big corporation in all the Alien movies. So hopefully, if it gets back to the roots, because those, I mean, as a kid, frightening as hell. Like it's still way better graphics than like Nightmare on Elm Street. Some of that is just so cheesy and stuff. So the kids, they get more scared from aliens. Like when I have them watch the old horror movies, That's the one that they get scared by the most.
You know, I hear the Alien TV show, the technology is so advanced that it will give the audience stomach cramps.
Oh, God. I got it. I got it. Took a bit, but I got it.
Just pop right out of there.
And then the last bit of news I got, which I'm so excited for, I've got nothing but good things to say about this show. Cobra Kai, season 5.
Wow.
Mike Barnes is coming back, and he's the bad boy from the third film. So
Wow.
yeah, it's gonna
Okay.
be it's gonna be they're just bringing everybody back for that
the whole
show,
family together.
and I'm all for it. I don't think I got a release date for that, but that's all I got for that. So
Yeah, it must be out there a little bit because I don't have it on my release dates either.
okay,
Because I have a list of big ones. Oh, no, here it is. September 9th.
that's coming up.
September 9th.
That's less than a month.
Yeah. So it is on my list.
All right, what do you
Out
want to
there.
go into anime? Do you got anything else for anime too?
Yeah, I've got anime.
All right, yeah, let's hop into anime.
Anime.
I don't know, man. It's hard sometimes. so I spring 2020 gave us a lot of really good stuff, and the 3 shows I'm about to talk about are not it.
Oh God,
Because I had a complete week of isekai, and it was Rise of the Shield Hero, which Rise of the Shield Hero, this is season 2 or part 2, however you want to categorize it, is the best of the bunch. From reviewers, it actually got an 8 out of 10 from 860,000 votes.
Wow.
So it's one of the more popular ones of the ones that I'm talking about. And it was, the art is pretty good. Still just not a fan of well, I can be a fan of isekai if I feel like it's done well.
Yeah.
And this is one of the ones where I'm just kind of on the fence about. But a lot of people have liked it. So if you're going to watch any of them from this set of Dude from Another Realm shows, the Rise of the Shield Hero would be the one.
Okay.
So, and then the Fruit of Evolution. So there's a lot of things that I thought I would really like about this show. It's got a lot of ecchi in it, so a lot of pretty girls,
Nice.
harem,
Awesome.
things that I normally really like, and it's one of the few harems that I really like how it plays out,
Yeah.
because
That's all my boxes are checked right now.
I know exactly, mine too. and so in episode 3, you get the 2 girls that start off with the both of them like the dude,
Yeah.
and so the one girl's like, I don't mind sharing. And so all the problems with normal harem is gone. It's just gone. There's no problem anymore. We all just get a piece. So it's all good.
Nice.
And so I was really hoping that it was going to be the kind of show, because I love when they resolve those relationship issues in some kind of positive way, where it's not constantly just
Maybe they want
joke.
a challenge for their comedic stuff, because
Maybe.
I mean the whole not getting along with the other girls is kind of it provides a lot of comedic entertainment.
Yeah, it does, but a lot of them carry it on for way too long.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's more girls introduced and so forth, but it just did not live up to all of the other pieces.
Yeah.
The story very kind of convoluted, and it was very, I don't know, these overpowered characters, when they get started, just kind of, they don't know where to go with them. It's like, how interesting would Superman be without kryptonite?
Not very.
Yeah, exactly.
Not very
Yeah.
interesting. He'd
Yeah.
just be, steamrolling everybody.
He might be Rickrolling.
Yeah, there you
because
go.
Who's going to
Yeah.
stop him?
Maybe playing.
Who's going to stop him
Yeah.
from Rickrolling you?
Well, nobody. Is there anybody strong? Somebody else from Krypton before it blew up?
Whatever.
Yeah.
He's the only
Yeah.
one.
Well, you
so,
can only kill him by emotional damage without kryptonite.
Yeah, so the Fruit of Evolution, it got a 6.1 out of 68,000 votes, so meh.
Okay.
And the Greatest Demon Lord is reborn as a typical nobody, and that title is so misleading, because he was not born as a typical nobody. He's completely overpowered from the beginning, can do anything and everything that he wants, and it loses a lot of its interest right after that, because who cares anymore when the character is so overpowered.
Yeah.
But if you really like the overpowered characters If you really need, and it's another ecchi pretty girl kind of anime, which I like too, and that's probably the only reason I even chose to watch those.
Yeah.
There's something in there for you to check them out. But if those aren't your thing, if harem's not really your thing, then probably skip those.
Then you're not an old guy that's perverted, and that's okay.
That's okay. You
Yeah.
cannot be perverted.
Yeah.
You don't have to be perverted.
But spoiler alert: the two guys that host the show kind of are.
There's nothing wrong with a little bishojo.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's all I got for anime.
All right, let's hop into video games.
Video games.
What are you playing?
Still playing Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah.
And man, has it been it has been both exciting and depressing, and I've had every emotion in between.
Are you feeling any fatigue yet?
Oh God, yeah. So I hit 40 hours, and it got to the point where there was main story, but I was starting to build up a backlog of side quests.
Ah, yes.
And so it's the point where you're like, okay, I really need to knock out some of these side quests. And it was such a slog. I really did not feel good about it for a long time. And for about 10 hours, I was really like thinking about giving it up.
Yeah.
And then hour 50 hit, and I don't know if I got a new frame of mind or whatever, but I fell in love with it again.
Ah.
So I got over
back around.
Yeah, it comes back around. It's still epic.
Yeah.
It's way too epic. But now I'm just kind of sitting back and enjoying it.
Okay. So is it worth all the hours you put into it?
65 hours in, and you know that 40-hour mark is my kryptonite.
Yeah.
Is the 40-hour mark, because Horizon Forbidden West, so excellent. I hit the 40-hour mark, and what happened? Elden Ring hit.
Ah.
And so I was like, okay, so shelve that for a while, play Elden Ring. Elden Ring 40-hour mark is when I got to my first big gatekeeper.
Yeah.
And just didn't have the energy to muscle through that.
Yeah.
The 40-hour mark is my kryptonite. And if something throws a wrench in that, the biggest wrench right now is the fact that they're releasing Tower of Fantasy, which I really want to play.
I think I've heard of that, and I think I want to play it too.
It looks, if you enjoyed Genshin Impact, it's probably going to be the best free-to-play game this year.
Okay.
So Tower of Fantasy hits today.
Ah.
Like,
is that the one that's
5 or 6
PC
hours?
and mobile?
PC and mobile.
Okay.
Yeah, PC and mobile. Yeah, so if you're interested in that, jump on it early, because they've got some freebies, a lot of freebies for starting out. Try it out. You can't lose anything because it's free to play. So
I might have to do that.
Yeah. So that's all. What have you been playing?
I've been playing Fortnite. A lot of Fortnite. About 5 minutes of Elden Ring. Son's on his 5th playthrough of Elden Ring. And he calls me in there to do parkour for him, like to jump ledges and stuff. And I'm like, "Are you kidding me? It's been months since I've even."
What
touched
happened
this
to the
game.
Get Good?
Yeah, exactly. And then playing Fortnite. Excuse me. No build is it's probably my favorite mode now.
Yeah.
They do have the imposter type game where it's like Among Us, but you get to play with your own skins. You gotta and do this stuff. But yeah, no build mode's my favorite. They have a sale going on right now with pretty much all the MCU skins, or all the Marvel skins that they've had out. Rogue and Gambit aren't back, and Scarlet Witch isn't back for some reason. So those are the 3 that I'm looking for that I can't get. But supposedly, according to a pretty good leaker, the Dragon Ball stuff is supposed to start next week.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm going to be all about that. And then my son, and I don't know how much truth there is to this next part, but he's saying that the more damage you take, like your clothes will rip just like in the anime.
Oh.
So if they add that, that'd be really cool.
That would be cool.
And then he's also saying that there might be more Marvel seasons coming after this. After this current season, there's going to be another Marvel season.
The last ones have been successful, so why not?
Absolutely. So that is all I am playing. Any announcements coming out? What's coming out the next couple weeks?
See, we always got some good video game stuff. There'll be more video game stuff in the description. So I'm just going to hit some of the highlights. First one I'm going to touch on is one that we talked about last week, but people are saying just like it is the sleeper game of the year, and that is Sword and Fairy.
Oh yes, yeah, that game does
beautiful.
look pretty.
Oh man, it looks beautiful, but it's not translated not audio translation. It does have a text translation.
Yeah, and I might be able to do that for that game. I looked up screenshots for it on a PS5 on their store, and it looks very pretty.
It's a beautiful looking game.
Yeah.
It has one of my other kryptonites in video games though, which is very long animated sequences, movie sequences.
Okay, yeah.
And especially when they're text and not audio, that's hard to get through sometimes.
Yeah, I think Grandia 2 was like that back in the Dreamcast days.
But it's one that people are saying is just amazing, sleeper game of the year kind of thing.
Wow.
We mentioned Tower of Fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Grid Force Mask of the Goddess comes out August 11th, which is a grid-based strategy. Looks kind of cool, kind of an indie-ish game, but I do like my grid-based strategy games.
Okay.
And one that I know is dear to your heart because you're such an otaku.
Yeah.
You're such an otaku.
Yeah.
So Shin-chan, Me and the Professor on Summer Vacation, The Endless 7-Day Journey.
Wow. That's a title.
That is a title. That is a title. And you know the reason that title's so long?
I don't.
It's because it's the 45th video game of Shin-chan.
Oh God. I don't know anything about that game. I am.
You don't know Shin-chan?
Yeah,
Man,
I guess
how
I'm
do
a
you
failed.
not know Shin-chan?
I'm a failed otaku, I guess.
Shin-chan's been out since 1990. It's got more anime episodes than One Piece. It's been continually animated since 30 years now. So how do you not know Shin-chan?
I don't know.
How do you not know Shin-chan?
Maybe it just wasn't up my alley.
I didn't know Shin-chan either.
You didn't either? Oh, do you hear this, people? You see the abuse I gotta put up with this
we
co-host?
We both have to turn in our otaku cards because we don't know Shin-chan. I knew a little bit of Shin-chan. Shin-chan is a...
Is it the one with the very short anime episodes to get past One Piece? I know
No,
there's one that was doing that.
I don't know about that. I think it's Air version. It's the Japanese version of Air Peanuts.
Okay.
Charles Schultz kind of. It's a slice of life comedy where Shin-chan is a kid experiencing all this. So it's kind of like their version of the Peanuts.
Like Family Circus.
Family Circus, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 148 million manga sold.
Wow.
I know.
It seems like a big number, but I don't know how big that actually is.
That's big.
Is it?
I think it's I think that made it the #1 seller.
Oh God.
For manga, period.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's a big. I mean that's what I mean. I guess it's well deserved. Maybe I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, dubbed into 30 languages.
Wow.
Shin-chan.
Yeah.
Who knew? So, Shin-chan, Me and the Professor on Summer Vacation, The Endless 7-Day Journey, computer, Nintendo, PlayStation.
That's crazy, dude. I can't believe I never heard of that. I'm gonna have to. I will definitely do my due diligence and figure it all out.
You gotta check out Shin-chan.
I'm gonna be an expert on that. Shin-chan.
Gonna play Shin-chan, yeah.
Shin-chan. Yeah, I'll be an expert on it by next week.
Yeah,
probably not.
Well, you're gonna play all next week. By next week, you're gonna play all 45 games.
Read all the manga.
And
watch all the anime.
Yeah, all 1,000 episodes.
Yep. It's gonna be man. I'm gonna need a lot of coffee.
Indeed. Okay, so on the 12th is Super Bullet Break, which is a waifu turn-based card strategy roguelike.
These genres are getting out of hand. Just hit me with it one more time.
It's a waifu turn-based card strategy roguelike.
It just rolls off the tongue for you. I would have so much trouble.
Basically a strategy game with pretty girls, and that's there you go. PC, Nintendo, PlayStation.
Okay.
For those on the 12th. And last one, and this one's just for you. I was like, Nick needs something here.
Uh-oh.
And I know you pitched this video game to a lot of people and they turned you down, but somebody's finally made Fashion Police Squad.
Oh. Oh my God. Okay, dude, I've got no fashion. I shouldn't be telling anybody what to wear.
Fashion Police Squad. And you'd think it might be like a visual novel or something, but no. It's basically Doom.
What?
Yeah, it's a Doom style fashion police game.
Do you like shoot good clothes at people?
Your gun is actually like an old time sewing machine.
Oh man. Okay.
So Fashion Police Squad hits on the 15th for PC. First person shooter, shoot those needles and twine and string and thread and
First person Taylor. Oh my god. Wow.
yeah, and that's all the video games coming up.
All right. So for news, we got Valve is working on a Joy-Con support for Steam. So that'll be good if you like the Joy-Cons. I don't know how you could because of all the drift issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think every single pair that we have in our house, we have 5 Switches in our house, and they're all experiencing stick drift.
The drift is real.
Yes, it is. And then the big thing, Evo. I still have a problem figuring out which one to say.
Took me forever to figure out it was
I used to say
Gen Con instead of Gen Con.
Yeah. I used to say Evo because evolution.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Evo.
Yeah. So you know what? Evo. I'll meet people halfway. Evolution. You know what? No. See, now I'm confusing myself. We're going to derail the podcast. Okay, let's just go. Okay, so Evo news. New Fatal Fury game is in development after a god knows how long. I think 20 years is what they were saying. I think they said the last like real Fatal Fury game came out in 90-ish, or maybe that was Garou, Mark of the Wolves. I don't remember. But yeah, I get to see my original waifu again in a new game.
That's always good.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z, also known as the best video game, fighting game of all time. They had an epic moment where everybody yelled along with Cell at the tournament. It was really cool. They actually skipped it, so they went back to the character select so they could watch the opening scene again. So
Nice.
it was a really cool moment.
Nice.
But yeah, they got a rollback netcode feature, which I believe allows you to go back to previous patches and be able to play the way you want to play. We got our first look at Kimberly from Street Fighter 6, and she is the first African American female in the franchise. She looks a lot of fun to play. So just the art style, it's going to be a pretty amazing game.
Very cool.
And let's see, that's all I got for Evo. If you want to see the video of everybody yelling along with Cell, I did post it to Facebook, I believe. If not, I'll have it posted by the time you hear this.
That's the one thing I miss about being in groups is that kind of when everybody is doing something the same all at once, when there's 200 of you doing the same thing, it's got a certain magic to it.
It does. Especially like when moments like that happen. It's like everybody just united to do that thing.
Other than that, I don't really like people. But
yeah. Well, I'm right there with you now.
When there's big groups and they're all doing the same thing, that is kind of magical.
Yeah. And then the last bit of news I got, the COD Mobile is having a Ghost in the Shell standalone complex crossover. Oh, excuse me. And it looks really good. Like the whole advertisement I saw for it on, I believe Reddit. It was really, really cool looking. They did it right.
Ghost in the Shell is always one of my favorite animes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that was one of the first ones that I had Fallon watch.
Ah,
yeah. She had no idea what anime was before me, and
well,
now she
and now she's an otaku just like the rest of us.
Yeah,
maybe even more so.
She probably is. She watches a crap ton. Maybe not more than you, but
I watch a lot of it.
Yeah, yeah, you watch a lot. All right, that's all I've got for video game news.
I got a couple of things.
All right.
So this is one of those. This really should go in the rumor section. I'm going to put that in the rumor section. Microsoft is testing a family plan. The Game Pass was already like incredible.
Yeah.
So they released a trial run in Ireland and another country. And the Family Pass is basically the ultimate Game Pass, but you can share it with up to 4 people. So 4 people can be on the same Game Pass account, and it will allow you to do multiplayer and all that stuff. So 4 people can have it up at the same time. This is how you get friends.
Well,
you say, you know what? If you want to be my friend,
yeah,
I will give you access to Game Pass, and we can play together.
Well, I gotta say, Nintendo's little family plan, I think, is a little bit better because they let you do up to 8 people.
Yeah, but what if Game Pass is technically free? Like, since I'm getting mine with Game, if I
will they do that with the family plan?
I don't know. It's still in testing phase.
Yeah.
But if it's like the Game Pass now and I can get it with rewards, Four
dude,
people's pretty good at the price of basically zero. So.
Yeah, I'm all about the family plans, so that's good. That's what we're with. That's why I like Apple so much. It's so easy to do that stuff. But yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
share it with your family.
Yeah.
No, family. That's
yeah. I like my video game plans and my streaming plans like I like my KFC chicken buckets. Just enough for all the family.
Enough for all the family. and vegetables.
Oh yeah.
Midnight Suns has been delayed again.
Oh yeah. Oh, we got more vegetables too. Olivia Newton-John died.
Yeah. Oh, that was sad.
Yeah. Man, it's been a week.
Grease was always one of Sarah's favorite movies.
Well, tell her I've never actually seen it all the way through.
Oh, she'll tie you down and put a John Travolta mask on you.
Wait, what?
Oh, I'm just talking from personal experience. Sorry, that's just personal experience there.
It took me a while for that to register. Man, I am slow today. My brain is just not working.
Oh, well, my friend, that's all I got for video game. Oh, no, I do have one more video game thing. Oh, my gosh. All right, so I know you've been waiting for this mobile game to come out, and it's apparently a Japanese thing.
Okay.
So there is a game called Twisted Wonderland. So imagine that you're just not quite satisfied with the female Disney villains, and you wanted to make them all into pretty boy Disney villains.
Like pretty boy?
Pretty boy Disney villains. So you've got all of the female Disney villains now as pretty boy Disney villains, and it's apparently a thing.
Okay.
The reason that I picked up on it, and the mobile game is out, so if that's something you're like, I got to see the pretty boys Disney villains, then Twisted Wonderland is out on mobile. But they made a book with the pretty boy Disney villains and how to do all their nails.
Mm.
So it's got
wait, what?
No, man.
I need to be able to bring my Monster Hunter character into this game and just hunt these guys.
It's amazing. I'm just like, oh my gosh. So so pretty boy Disney villains, and there's a book of how to do all their individual nail stylings now. And so
like,
twisted,
like for real
life.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like how to do real life fingernails for these pretty boy Disney villains in Twisted Wonderland.
Okay.
So if you didn't know what was missing from your life, it's probably that.
All right. Yeah. Oh, I'm just sitting over here waiting for the next DLC for Wonderlands to come out.
Oh yeah, Wonderlands, different Wonderlands.
Yeah. I think that's all I got for video game news.
Okay.
You got anything for other?
I think I wove some of my. Yeah, I do have one thing for other.
All right,
and that is there's going to be a new Lord of the Rings role-playing game come out.
Ooh.
So that's on the horizon.
Yeah.
And it's going to be using 5th edition rules. So basically, it's D&D rules.
Lord of the
Rings setting.
Yeah. Nice. That can be fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then let's see, what do you got? You got any rumors?
Oh yeah. Let's start off with some rumors. Why don't you hit us with one, and then we'll.
Well, all I have is the Professor X one with Giancarlo.
Oh, okay. So for those of you who don't know, we play a little game at the end of the episode where we take a rumor, we rate it on how likely we think it'll happen, and then we give it another rating about how much we want it to happen. So, Giancarlo Esposito as Professor X.
I'm gonna give that one an 8, just because that guy has such a commanding presence.
That you think it will happen.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm only going to give it a 3 that I think it will happen.
This is the first time we've been so
differently
spaced apart.
Because I think they'll probably end up keeping McAvoy.
I see. He was my least favorite Professor X.
Yeah.
I think
I liked him, but I think they'll end up keeping him.
Yeah. But Patrick
Stewart
said that
Esposito would be bad. He'll be good.
Oh yeah.
But whatever.
They said Patrick Stewart said that he'd be more than willing to come back as Professor X. We covered that a couple episodes ago. So who knows where it's going to go. Now, would you like it to happen? What number would you give it?
Hell, give me 500 Professor X's. Let everybody be Professor X.
There you go. I would be
complete multiverse.
Yeah. If I would like it to happen, I think he'd be a really good Professor X. So I'm gonna give
yeah.
that a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it, even if it was just one of those kind of fake out Illuminati things. I'd like to see it.
Yeah.
Other rumors: Square Enix is getting ready to sell off more stuff.
Ooh, man, what is happening with them? They're just going back to the Eastern market, or what?
They've sold most of their Western stuff, but not all of it. I'm still wondering if this is backroom Sony deals. Like, how much does Sony want them to sell off before Sony buys them?
Mm-hmm.
I do know that it sounds like management for Square Enix is really into like the NFTs, and it's almost like they want to get out of the video game market, or at least seriously diversify.
Yeah.
And so
every time I hear NFT, I say no effing thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do I think it's happening? I have to give it a high rating. I have to give it. I think Square Enix is probably doing more of that, so I give it an 8.
Yeah, I was gonna say about 7 to 9. So I'll just give it a 9.
Do I want it to happen? No.
Yeah.
No. I
Well, if it gets them away from NFTs, man, those things need to go away.
Actually, that's a good point. If the management at Square Enix is not going to do anything with their studios, if they're trying to put them in the ground, then sell them off. Give it to somebody who will do something with it. So.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of positive I can come with it.
Yeah.
Right. Any other?
I think I did have one more rumor. Warner Brothers is going to be announcing significant layoffs.
Oh yeah, you said that earlier, and I don't like layoffs, so I struck it from the memory.
But do you think it'll happen?
Dude, with some of the actions they've been doing lately, I'd say that's like the chances are more likely. Yeah, more and more likely.
Anytime you have big companies merging like that.
Well, and they're just wasting money. Like Batgirl was in the works for years.
Yeah.
SCOOB 2, I mean, it's done. They're not even going to release it, and they're still paying to, bring an orchestra in for the score.
And who's saying that it wouldn't make a profit? Yeah, I know, exactly.
See, it's weird, and I know they're getting whoever made those decisions is getting attacked by, Kevin Smith, James Gunn, all these other people, with incredible pull in Hollywood.
It's hurting Warner Brothers in more than just the bottom line.
Yeah.
And I worry that they're just not seeing the bigger picture of the dollar signs.
Yeah. I mean, that's when you get a certain amount of money, you're just kind of blinded by dollar signs, I guess.
But do we want it to happen? No, we don't.
I never like hearing about people getting laid off.
Yeah, we don't want it to happen. But whatever.
But is it a necessary evil? No, it really isn't. CEOs and stuff need to take a little bit less. Like, what are you going to do with all that money?
Oh, yeah. Well, so just in perspective, the average CEO made like 40 times the average worker back in the 50s.
That's insane.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
But now the average CEO is like 400 to 500 times.
Yeah.
So in perspective, there's some things that need to change.
Yeah, close that gap.
Close the gap.
Like, I wouldn't even know what to do with all that money.
Yeah.
Buy a house in every state.
I know. It's ridiculous. You don't need it. You don't need it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we are wrapping up episode 6. Do you have any words of wisdom for the people out there?
Besides, be excellent to each other.
Be excellent.
Be kind and rewind. I don't know if the significance of that outside of blockbuster videotape rentals, but it seems cool.
It is. It's a good thing. Gamers and geeks out there, be excellent to each other.
Yep. You got to fall back on that Bill and Ted stuff.